Oh, it's turned around. I need to turn it around. Excuse me, folks. Just wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh. Goodness. I hate cameras. Oh. Okay, I think this will do. Just hold on a minute. Just making sure that everything is in place. And okay. Hello, everybody. It's your good pal Clayton Godfrey, and I am here to tell y'all a story of my favorite classic, A Christmas Carol. Now, before I start, I just want to let you know that I love The Christmas Carol. I have been going to plays of The Christmas Carol, and I think I have, but I always love Christmas Carol. It kind of reminds me back when I first saw A Christmas Carol at my local high school at North Garland High. That was my high school. But just want to say, if you I just want to say, I hope everyone has a great Christmas and Happy New Year. All right. Well, I just to let everybody know. I know it's been a while since I did videos, but okay, I need to stop talking. Okay, here we go now. Here's my storytelling of A Christmas Christmas Carol. I'll do some acting, I'll do some singing, or I don't know. I'll do everything. All right, let's begin. Da, da, da. Marley was dead, to begin with. This must be distinctly understood, for the tale I'm about to relate, or nothing good will ever come from it. See, Marley used to be the old business partner of an old miser named Ebenezer Scrooge. They both were partners, and they owned their own accounting house. But poor Marley, he was dead as a doornail. And didn't Scrooge knew that he was dead as a doornail? Of course he would, because Scrooge signed his death certificate. Now Scrooge owns Marley's money and his house, his mansion. Sure. But anyways, Marley was as dead as a doornail. Now Scrooge, on the other hand, was a mean old man, and sharp as a flint, and as solitary as an oyster. He every Christmas he's been this way, which kind of relates to someone. But anyways, he despised Christmas. He despised Christmas and everything about it. And of course, it was Christmas time in London again. Everybody's finding the perfect gift, and of course, the perfect Christmas turkey. Hey, we're gonna have chicken today. We're gonna have chicken today. Oh well. So anyways, there was no doubt that Marley was dead as a doornail. But anyways, Scrooge was mean and sharp as a flint and solitary as an oyster, and people barely even go up to him and say, "My dear Mr. Scrooge, how do you do? Will you come and see me?" Nor any child would come to him and say what o'clock is. No, he growled to keep everybody to keep its distance. Now we must come to the point of the story of where it all began. It all began in London, as you know, and Scrooge worked at his own business accounting at Scrooge and Marley's. Now Scrooge would have changed it to after Marley was dead. He could have changed it to Scrooge or Marley and Scrooge. No, he kept that sign up for ages and never bothered to change it. It was 7 years ago since Marley was dead. And so, oh, here comes Scrooge now. Humbug. Now Scrooge was just counting away his money, but of course, his clerk, Bob Cratchit, who was sitting down in his own desk, just writing away, and oh wait, I forgot some props. Oh well, I'm not perfect. And so Bob Marley, Bob Marley. Why did I say Bob Marley? Oh, because no, never mind. So Bob Cratchit, still working, cold and freezing. That's because the only thing that was comfortable for him to warm himself was a lighted candle, and it was a small fire. The fireplace was even lit. The fireplace was even lit at all, and Scrooge always kept his coal box right next to his desk. If only Bob Cratchit can try, but even if he did, there goes his salary, and his happiness, and his job. All seemed lost, but then came a cheery man coming to the door. Merry Christmas to you, Bob Cratchit. Oh, Merry Christmas to you too, sir. Oh my, you look like you're about my, Mr. Cratchit, you look like you're about to crack, like an icicle. It's okay. It's just that. Don't speak anymore. Here, why don't you borrow one of my extra coats? I was gonna give it to someone for Christmas, but he doesn't like this style of coat. But you can have it. Oh. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Ah, Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you. The humbug. Christmas a humbug? Surely you don't mean that, I'm sure. I do. Merry Christmas. What reason for you to be merry? What point for you to be merry? You're poor enough. Come now, Uncle. What right for you to be so dismal? What right for you to be so resolute? You're rich enough. Hum! Bug! Oh, don't be cross, Uncle. What else could I be when I live in such a world of fools as this? Merry Christmas. Out with a Merry Christmas. What's Christmas time without paying any bills? Without paying any bills without money? A time for finding yourself a year older, not an hour richer. If I can go against my will, every idiot out there who goes around with a Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding, and buried with a holy struck to his heart. Oh, he should. Uncle, nephew, keep Christmas in your own way, and let me keep it in mine. Keep it, but you don't keep it. Let me leave it alone, then. Much good has it ever done you. Much good has it ever done you. You know, there are many ways which I have not provided or profited or mentioned. Christmas among the rest. Now, I've always thought that Christmas time was a kind, loving, charitable time, the only time when men and women seems to open their shut-up hearts freely. And they well, what I'm trying to say is they honor spirits as if they were passengers to the grave and not just race of creatures who are just bounded on other journeys. And therefore, Uncle, although it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I say that it's done me good and will do me good, and I say God bless it all. Bob Cratchit, who was clapping by his side. Let me hear another sound out of you, Cratchit, and you will keep your Christmas by losing your situation. You are a very powerful speaker, sir. I wonder if you haven't gone through Parliament yet. Uncle, please don't be mad. Come dine with me and my wife tomorrow. You and your wife? Bah, humbug. But why, Uncle? Why? Why did you get married? Well, because I fell in love. Because you fell in love. What a ridiculous thing to say, that a Merry Christmas. Good afternoon. Nay, Uncle. You haven't come and visit us before. Why give me an excuse for not coming now? Good afternoon. I want nothing from you. I ask nothing from you. Why can't we be friends? Good afternoon. Well, I am very sorry to find you irresolute, but I will keep my homage to Christmas, and I say Merry Christmas, Uncle! Good afternoon. And Happy New Year. Good afternoon. And a Merry, Merry Christmas to you, Bob Cratchit. And God bless you. Oh, God bless you, sir. Thank you for this jacket. Well, Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year. God bless you, merry gentlemen. Let nothing you stay. Another one. My clerk with 15 shillings a week and with a wife and family. Talking about a Merry Christmas. I will retire to Bedlam. But as Scrooge began to work on his to count his money, two more gentlemen came to the door. Oh, this must be Scrooge and Marley's. Wow. Oh, it is here. Oh, Scrooge and Marley's. Do I have the pleasure of addressing this to Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley? Mr. Marley has been dead these 7 years. He died 7 years ago this very night. Well, I have no doubt that he is well represented by his surviving partner. At this festive of the year, Mr. Scrooge, it is really important that we must make some slight proposition for the poor and destitute who suffer at this time of year. Millions and thousands are wanting some common comfort, sir. Are there no prisons? Yes, plenty of prisons. And the union workhouses, are they still in operation? Well, yes, sir. They are still. I wish to say they were not. And the treadmill and the poor law in full vigor, I suppose? Very, very busy, sir. Oh, good. I was beginning to feel worried that something might have stopped them at full force. At this festive time of the year, Mr. Scrooge, it is we are collecting funds so we can buy the poor some meat and drink and means of warmth. Now we chose this time, like me, like my partner, and like all others, that everybody should have a chance to celebrate Christmas, and Rebundance rejoices. Now, what should we put you down for? Nothing. You wish to remain anonymous? I wish to be left alone. If that's an answer you're looking for, that is it. I do not make myself merry on Christmas, and I cannot afford to make idle people merry. I support the establishments that I have mentioned, and they cost enough. And those who are badly off must go there. But many cannot go there, sir. And, well, many would rather die. Well then, if they rather die, they better do it and decrease their surplus population. But excuse me, that is not my business. And I don't even know it. Well, you should. It is not my business. It's another man to keep his own business and not to interfere with others. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Out. A few minutes later, some carolers started to come by Scrooge and Marley's. Unresty merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day. Get out, get out, get out! I don't need you beggars on my lawn. Get out of here, now! A few more later by, it was closing time. You want all day, I suppose, Bob? Well, it is quite convenient, sir. It is not convenient, and it's not fair. If I would duck thee half-a-crown for it, you find yourself ill-used, I be bound. Well, you don't see me ill-used, where I paid full wages for no work. It's only once a year, sir. What a poor excuse for picking man's pocket every 25th of December. But I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here earlier the next morning. Yes, sir. I promise, sir. And with that, Scrooge went out of Scrooge and Marley's with a grunting growl. And so, as for Bob Cratchit, he went out happy, and saw he was running on by to the other side of the street, where he saw two children sliding down on the sidewalk. It looked like they were having so much fun that that we're getting to him, but that Bob Cratchit decided to slide down the sidewalk in the honor of Christmas. I'm gonna try that someday. Slide down the sidewalk where there's ice. Might be fun. But as for Scrooge, on the other hand, Scrooge went to the house, his house, that used to belong to Jacob Marley. Now Jacob Marley is dead, but as I told you, that Scrooge written a certificate of death. Now that Marley has his money, now that Scrooge has his money and his big house, it was not a very nice house. It was old, and some of the plants are dying out, and it's filled with snow. Scrooge went to the house. Scrooge went to the house as always. But as he went to the house, went up to the door knocker, it was not a knocker, but Marley's face. It stared at him like he used to stare at him. Marley's face. It looked like his hair was waving. And there he is, with his same familiar face, but ragged and almost falling apart. Scrooge couldn't believe it. I can't believe it. But when he turned around, it was a knocker again. He opened the door to find if there was one of Jacob Marley's pigtails, but none was there. And with a shout, he shut the door and said, "Pooh pooh." And so he started to lit up his candle. This will only take me a minute. And so Scrooge lit up his candle, making sure that anybody was in there. Not even his housekeeper lady. Scrooge searched for his. Went up the stairs. He couldn't hear anything. It was quiet and still and silent as the grave. But of course, Scrooge always accepted the dark. He always said to himself, darkness was cheap, and he loved it. And so Scrooge went to his bedroom, which used to belong to Jacob Marley, of course. And so he put on his nightgown. I don't have a nightgown, but I'm going to pretend I have. This is my nightcap for now on, so get used to it. And he ate, and he started to drink his food. Started to eat his food. I think it was pudding he was eating. But of course, the place was silent and still. Then he noticed the bells upon above his door. I know this is cheating, but I can. How about this? He noticed that the bells were slightly swinging. Once that bell was ringing, all the bells were ringing, including the old grandfather clock tower, the bells from the doorway. Everything was going. Everything was loud. Scrooge couldn't take it. Scrooge just couldn't not take it until suddenly it stopped, and it was silent again. But then, slowly, right where the door was, somehow there was some rickety old chains. It grows softly and silent. It came slowly to the door. And soon the candle blew out. Yeah. And of course, the change grew louder and louder as they slowly went to the doorway. It's humbug! I cannot believe it! But he had to believe it, because the door swung open, and there was this figure coming into the room. Down now! What do you want from me? Much. Wait. I forgot I have the microphone. Much. La 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 la. There we go. Who are you? What do you want from me? Much. Who are you? Ask me who I was. Well then, you are very particular for a shade. Well, who were you then? In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley. Can you sit down? I can. Well, do it then. You do not believe in me. I don't. What evidence do you have upon my reality beyond that of your senses? I don't know. Why do you doubt your senses? Because the living things affects them. The slightest disorder of the stomach makes them cheat. You might be an unjusted plate of beef, a crumb of a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. There's more gravy than a grave about you, whatever you are. Mercy! Mercy! Dreadful aberration! Why do you trouble me? Man of the worthy mind, do you believe in me or not? I do! I must. But answer me this, why do you come for me tonight? Why do you trouble me? It is required for every man that the spirit within him must walk abroad amongst his fellow men and travel far and wide. And if that spirit does not go forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. It is doomed to wander throughout the world and witness we cannot share, but might have shared on earth and turn into heaven. You are fitted in chains. Why? I wear this chain I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard. I made it on my own free will, and on my own free will I wore it. Is this pattern strange to you? Or would you have known the weight and the strength of the chain you bear yourself? It was as long, as heavy as these 7 Christmas Eves ago. You have labeled on it since. It is a ponderous chain. Scrooge was looking for change, but he couldn't see any. Jacob, please tell me no more. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give. My spirit never roamed beyond our counting house. Mark me, Scrooge, in life, my spirit never roamed beyond the outer regions of our money changing. Oh, I'm afraid it's too late. I cannot rest. I cannot stay. I cannot linger anywhere. A lifeless journey lies before me now. In the coming year, I suffer the most.
7 years dead? And you travel all the time around the world?
The whole time. No rest, no peace. Insignificant torture of remorse.
You must have traveled fast now, haven't you, Jacob?
Like the wings of the wind.
Well then, you must have covered a lot of ground, haven't you, Jacob?
Double cross and double liar. One man's life cannot make amends to one life's opportunity misused. Oh, such was I. Oh, such was I. Such was I. Oh.
Misused? But you were always a good man of business.
Business! Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, and benevolence were all my businesses. The deals of my own trade were nothing but a drop of water in the comprehension ocean of my business. Why did I look among my fellow beings with my eyes turned down? I never looked up towards the blessed star which led the wise men to the poor abode. Hear me, Scrooge. My time here's nearly gone.
Now, Jacob, please. Jacob, do not be harsh on me. Pray.
I have been with you many moons and many days, and I've been with you always.
Hold on a minute. Sorry about that.
I've been with you many moons and many days. I've been with you. I have come here tonight to warn you that you may have a chance, a hope of escaping my fate. A chance of my procuring Ebenezer.
You've always been a good friend to me. Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
Tonight you will be haunted by 3 spirits.
3 spirits? That's the chance of hope you mentioned?
The hope it is.
Well then, I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot avoid to escape my fate, and your chains will be more longer than mine. You will walk around the world with a big, heavy chain. Suspect the first. Tomorrow when the bell tolls 1.
Could I just take it all at once? Could I just take them all at once and just have it over with, Jacob?
Suspect the second on the same night of the same hour. And the third, upon the very last stroke of 12, has ceased to vibrate. Look to see me no more, and look that you may remember what has been passed on between us. Passed on between us, passed on between us, passed on between us.
And when Marley went out, and when Marley disappeared vanishedly, Scrooge went to the window and saw that there were spirits underneath that looked just like Marley, but more, but of course, they were all in chains, just like Marley. They must have suffered the same fate as Jacob Marley, and soon Scrooge will be just like them, helping the sorrowing for the poor and destitute, and there will be no forgiveness for those spirits for 1,000,000 years. Scrooge was petrified that he began to run to his bed and close the curtains. And that is Act 1 of A Christmas Carol. Now I know that was a pretty short, but I have come up with a surprise for all of you. So if you enjoyed this video, please stay tuned for Act 2 of A Christmas Carol. All right, this is Clayton Godfrey, and I'll see you in Act 2.